proprietary portion of the meeting, which is supposed to start at 3. We're running a little bit late, so I guess at this point I would just ask, are there any issues that we need to discuss for the audit next week? Any logistics or anything? It sounds like...
Do we have to go through the training again?
I don't believe so, sir.
How to evacuate the building, that type of stuff?
I don't believe that's necessary, but I will try and make sure that it's not.
Last time you wanted us to go around 7 or something.
Mike, we also wanted to talk about, just to confirm that in your audit plan, you have a bullet for Monday where you'd like us to talk about the present some information on the RCCB thermal analysis and on the SSDP 2D computer model. So we just want to make sure that we understand what y'all are looking for so that our presentations address your questions.
Which bullet on the audit plan?
If you look on the agenda, the actual schedule, Monday, March 21st.
Right, first bullet.
Bullet.
My idea was that at least we need to understand what this RCCB thermal analysis did, and then what SSDP 2D did. What's the difference? And taking two together is less conservative than only using the SSDP 2D, and why?
Okay, so what did each one of these do?
Right.
Okay. And then, Manis, I couldn't hear what you were saying for the second part.
The second part is SSDP2, we also are the same thing. Okay? Collectively, using these two together, or using one or the other, where is this conservatism, which one is more conservatism, so that I kind of have an idea, where all these things are working and how the conservatism is assessed.
Okay.
That's all, I know DCD has used it, but I'm just not too familiar with what really they did. Probably Joe is more familiar with that.
Yeah. And it's worthwhile for everybody to understand it.
Yeah, that's all. I don't think we want a great detailed, equations and how this thing is done.
All right, Lubin, do you have any follow-up questions for Manis on that, or Joe?
That's really Gary, Gina. So
I'm
Gary,
sorry. Gary, do you have any other questions?
Well, I just wanted to briefly explain what we prepared. Is we have a short presentation on SSDP2D, basically explaining what it does,
right.
and then we have a longer presentation that walks through the thermal calculations, basically how we get what was done in the DCD and what was done and why, and what was done for NA3 specific, and the differences.
Yeah, and that's all we wanted.
And basically then we just open up the questions from you as a forum, basically, to get questions, and then we can work through any answers. We'll have the technical experts in the room, and then we can go through any questions and answers that you have.
It wasn't quite clear to me if you're also capturing why you changed the approach and now only rely on the SSDP-2D program, which I believe is the more conservative approach. So
yes, it's in the slide, Joe. I got at least one slide on that.
Okay.
Okay, Gina, it sounds like we're ready to wrap up audit portion and close the public portion of the meeting. Now's the time that I would invite the public, if you have any questions of the NRC, please announce yourself and ask us your questions. Do we have any members of the public that would like to ask NRC questions?
Yes. Hi, Michael. This is Erica.
Yes.
Well, like I said earlier, as it goes for trying to follow all this, if they start removing things and placing them in other spots, how is the public supposed to kind of see what's been done and where we are with it?
Okay, I'll address that question. I believe your question is pertaining to this audit action tracking list,
Correct?
and really that's just a tool that the NRC can use to get through the review. Our audit plan and audit report for Audit 1, should have tracked these items that will be available to the public. These lists are available to you, specifically you as an interested member of the public who's been following these meetings. You've been getting these reports on a weekly basis. And when the staff performs Audit 2 next week, these items will be tracked as part of that audit. Maybe not to the level of minutia that are presented in these lists, but ultimately the staff's safety evaluation that is made will reflect any of these issues that need to be discussed for us to make a finding on the safety of the North Anna 3 plant. In addition to that, North Anna will be making revisions to their FSAR based on these types of items that need to get into there as part of the safety evaluation on their part that the staff finding on. So I guess that's my response to your question. Now, will you be purview to every change that's made on this list? No, because it's really just a tool that helps us get to our final that will be available to you.
Okay, and just out of curiosity, the meeting that was planned for today, and then I guess later y'all put it from 3 to 5 as being closed to the public?
Yes.
And the reasoning behind that is?
The applicant will be discussing proprietary information under a regulation we have. Is it 2046? I believe 10 CFR Part 50 outlines regulations when the applicant presents information that is proprietary in nature. There is an exemption for that information to be withheld from the public. Based on the discussions that will be taking place, this involves proprietary reports. So we do withhold those discussions from the public.
And then are those ever made public?
They're usually in the safety evaluation that the staff does. We may refer to general findings that we can tell the public in a public manner that does not reveal any of the confidential information that's within those reports. Those findings will be made, or the staff in some cases will make a separate safety evaluation that's withheld from the public, and information is redacted from a public version, because we do not release anything that would release any type of proprietary or confidential information that the applicant may have provided to us.
Okay, well, I guess it's just the way y'all have meetings then.
Yeah, we do have closed meetings on a regular basis.
Okay.
Mute off.
Do you have any other questions, or are there any other members of the public that would like to ask NRC a question? Yes, David, what would you like? I'm sorry, could you rephrase the question? What case history? I'm not sure I understand your question. We hold closed meetings all the time. Our regulatory 10 CFR 2.046. It's part of the law, the regulations we have. It's federal law. I can send you I'll send you the citing.
Thank you, Paul.
I will. Are there any other questions for the NRC? Okay, well, we will close this portion of the public meeting. We thank all participants, and we'll go ahead
Mute on.
and close this portion of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.